Ooh. Grab your friends, it's time to vibe. Come together, feel that rise. Watch the game while the beat flows. At the sports bar where anything goes. Laughter and joy, we're in the zone. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm is where joy's found. With every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. On the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Ooh, come back for more. Tasty treats and soulful sounds. Feel the rhythm, it's where joy's found. Ooh, with every cheer we come alive. Come on in, let's thrive and jive. In this moment we find our groove. Ooh, on the swivel at the sports bar. Cheering loud, feeling like a star. Good times, laughter and every score. On the swivel, come back for more. Swing on by, don't miss the fun. At the sports bar, the best begun. Ooh, come back for more. 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 Come back for more.
Hey, hello everyone. Hello. I'm going to share something else with you. How you doing? Hello, everybody. Welcome on the swivel. I had the wrong thing hooked up, but that's okay. I'm going to fix that right now. I guess it's the first show of the new year, so I am happy about that. So let's just get going. Welcome aboard, everyone. Hey, listen, so we're going to talk some sports. It's football playoffs coming up. Let me just keep going here. We got some copyright disclaimer. I'm going to use other people's stuff, so fair use. So we always start with football because it's a football season, so we're going to have some fun with this. Well, let me put my face back on here. Hey, hello, Lady Novoa and Katilia. Thanks a lot for showing up. I'm just, it's been a long day already for me. I've been up all night long and stuff like that. I had other things to do. But anyway, so we're going to talk football. And I know, Katilia, you're thinking about your Pittsburgh Steelers. I don't want them to beat the Ravens. But let's start with my man, Lamar Jackson. He's setting another record. The first player in NFL history to have 4,000 yards and 100 yards rushing. But for him, none of this means anything. He's got to get to the Super Bowl this year. And in order for him to get to the Super Bowl this year, he has to go through Pittsburgh. So I don't know how you feel about that, but he's got to go through Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Or else he ain't going to get there. Let me see if I share this properly. Maybe I'm not, but let me do a couple of things here. All right. He definitely has to get through Pittsburgh. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I got it right now. I'm up to stuff. So that's that. What's next? So I just wanted to throw that up there because I'm nervous about this game. I do want the Ravens to get to the Super Bowl. But again, they got to beat Pittsburgh, and Pittsburgh plays them pretty well. So let me just go start. Last week in week 18, there was some upsets. I just wanted to mention them. You know, the Bengals did beat the Steelers. Now, the Steelers lost like 4 games in a row. And I think for the last 5 years, they lost in the first round of the playoffs. So that kind of makes me nervous. You know, I don't know if I know they're going to play hard in this game against the Ravens. But listen, they ain't going to win a Super Bowl. So I want the Ravens to win that game. The Bears beat the Packers. I think the Packers made a big mistake by losing that game. The Patriots beat the Bills. They didn't have any starters in, I don't believe. The Broncos killed the Chiefs. The Chiefs they had all their backups in as well. And the Jets beat the Dolphins. And so, I mean, that was just, just to end the season. Everybody didn't have all their starters in. So what's next on the scale? I was going to play a little bit of this, the playoff picture. So bear with me. I'm just going to let this guy talk about how he has it all set up. A little bit of analysis on how the playoffs, what he thinks. You know, instead of me talking about it, I'm going to have this guy go ahead and talk to you guys. Go find him. There it is.
Live for every single NFL playoff game this year, just like we've been live for the college football playoff matchups. Hit that sub button if you want to tune in and join us. The NFC playoff picture is set in light of the Sunday Night Football matchup. Congratulations in order to the Detroit Lions, a well-earned number 1 seed. 15-2, one heck of a season, but of course a lot still to go. The Eagles had already locked up the number 2 seed. They sat everybody in week 18. The Bucs end up getting the 3 seed with a comeback win as the Rams sit their starters, lose to Seattle, and fall down to the number 4 seed. That does put Minnesota. Look, if you had told me going into the year, Minnesota wins 14 games, I went, wow, they got the number 1 seed. No, they got the number 5 seed. So great year, some pain there for Minnesota. They're the 5 seed. Commanders and Packers, the last 2 wild card teams. Would have been pretty funny if this had been a 16 wild card race and the Commanders come back and win in the final seconds and the Packers lose in the final seconds. In the end, doesn't matter as much. Commanders, the 6 seed, Packers, the 7 seed. In the AFC, the Chiefs did not try at all against the Denver Broncos, getting Denver in as the 7 seed. The Bills are the 2 seed behind the division winner Chiefs, and then the number 1 seed Chiefs. Ravens have the 3 seed. Texans in the 4 seed. The Chargers, the 5. Steelers, 6. Denver, 7. So a lot of chalk happened in week 18, but did lead to some changes in the playoff seeding standpoint. Let's look again now at the NFC playoff picture. The Lions have that number 1 seed, and they earned it. They've been really banged up on defense this year, and frankly, I think will benefit from the extra time off and the bye from another NFC North matchup that, of course, just wrapped up on Sunday Night Football. They clinch that number 1 seed. They get the coveted bye, and they have home field advantage throughout the NFL playoffs. Got to keep winning games to maintain that, but they do have that home field advantage. That means the Minnesota Vikings going on the road against the Los Angeles Rams out to SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California. Again, I haven't looked as of filming this to see what the early spreads are. I would fully expect the Vikings are favored on the road against the Rams. Rams are a solid team. They've been a lot scrappier than I think a lot of us maybe thought they were going to be. Looked like they were not going to make the postseason at one point this year. They've rallied pretty hard. Minnesota has done a lot of great things. I do think the Kevin O'Connell, Sean McVay rematch or revenge game, whatever you want to call it, is a fun one. I'm excited to see how Brian Flores handles Matthew Stafford as well. So who do you have winning the NFC? Let me know in the comments section of today's.
I have the Lions winning the NFC. They're going to win the NFC.
Show it the pinned comment. The ad comes here on YouTube. Take advantage of it. Head down there and let me know who you think ends up winning the NFC this year. A rematch, the Packers against the Eagles. Philadelphia hosting Green Bay in this one. Jordan Love leaving the game with an elbow injury. That might have just been funny bone stuff. He also threw on the sidelines mid-game. did not return because Green Bay was in. Why risk making something worse? They did lose Christian Watson. Philadelphia sat everybody of note in their Week 18 matchup and still picked up the win. Would guess the Eagles are favored in that one. In what might be one of the more competitive wild card round games, the Commanders on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It sure looked like at one point this week that both of these teams were going to lose. That the Commanders were going to lose to Trey Lance and the Cowboys, and the Bucs were going to lose to Spencer Rattler and the Saints. And both teams made comeback finishes. The Commanders scoring with all 3 seconds left in the football game, and they get the 6th seed to take on the Bucs as the 3 seed. Should be a good matchup. Tampa at home, looking to do what they did last year. Beats an NFC East team in the first round of the playoffs. Today's show is made possible by, and it's now is one of our CLNS in the comments. And the Chiefs were not going to, or that they were going to try and play their starters in an inconsequential Week 18 matchup. Like, why would they do that when their quarterback rolled his ankle a couple of weeks ago? Like, they're not going to play them. Of course they sat their starters. And the most effort they would have shown is like giving them a drive or two. Like, come on. Chiefs aiming for the 3-peats. Tough to do. And we shall see if their voodoo magic runs out or not.
I have the Chiefs and the Ravens in the AFC Championship game. I want the Ravens to win this game.
Who do you have winning the AFC this year? Ask you for NFC, now AFC, so we're kind of asking for Super Bowl predictions, basically. Let me know in the comments section of today's show.
All right, so we can leave it there. So I do want definitely want the Ravens to win for sure. I just want to see Lamar get there just so we can mix it up a bit, get some of that narrative out of the way, and just go ahead and start to move on. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so here's the playoff picture. He talked about this already. We know what's going to go down there. So the matchups that we're talking about, which the Chargers, I got the Chargers against, I think the Chargers will beat the Texans. But I'm not so sure. Maybe I might change my mind on that. I got till Saturday. I think the Texans play pretty well, but sometimes they're up and down. For some reason, I think the Chargers might pull that out. I got the Ravens beating the Steelers, Bills beating the Broncos, that's for sure. The Eagles and the Packers is going to be a closer game than I think people will give it credit for. I have a problem with them sitting. I'm stupid, but I have a problem with them sitting my man Saquon Barkley. I think every so often when you get a chance to make history, they got to let you go for it. What's going on, Ferg? How you doing, man? Hey, listen, man, stay tuned. I'm going to send the link out again. Wait a minute. It's in the chat, so go ahead and try the link because I don't know why the link didn't work, but who knows, man? I might have been. So you got it? You see it? Yeah, the link is in there, right? The link is in there. So anybody wants the link, hit it. Hit the link. So I have the Commanders and the Buccaneers. That should be a good game. Would like to see the Commanders win that game. And the Vikings beat the Rams. I like to see the Vikings beat the Rams. All right. Okay. So yeah, Trey Ferg, man, a coach, man. If you have it, hit it, and we'll bring you up. All right. So that's the lineup, and we can always go back to whatever you might want to talk about if I missed something you want to hit. All right. So what's next? All right. So here's the brackets. All right. So the brackets are all set up, man. Detroit's going to chill out. I hate the bye weeks. I like momentum being so they take the winner of the Minnesota and the Rams, Washington and Tampa Bay, whoever will play the winner of Green Bay and Philly. And Kansas City's definitely going to have to play the Clippers or Houston. They'll get past that round as well. But the real big game for me is Pittsburgh and Baltimore, because Baltimore could wet the bed again. And Lamar is going to have to hear it if he doesn't win that game. He needs to win that game, and he needs to win it big. And then he'll have to go up against Buffalo. which I'm not as concerned about Buffalo as I might be with Pittsburgh. That's kind of funny, but that's how I look at it. What's going on, Ferg? I got you up here. How you doing, man?
What's up, Papa? How you doing, man?
All right,
Can you
man.
hear
I'm
me?
sorry. Yeah, man. I had made a change on the link. I forgot to send out a new one.
Oh, it's all good. Yeah, I was just trying to get up for a minute, and I was like, man, it's the wrong one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no. Yeah, I had to change the time. I didn't know it was going to change the address as well. So let me ask you a question on, so who you got in the NFC?
Oh man, listen, Arpane, man, you asked me a difficult question, man.
Oh, that's so difficult, man. Go ahead. You see it right.
I want to see the Eagles. I said I want to see Jalen Hurts get up there and get into the Super Bowl, possibly win it. Detroit, they just tough, man. They play 60 minutes of ball. Everybody else is a toss-up. Green Bay, Minnesota, everybody else is a toss-up. But I would think Philadelphia with their balanced attack, Detroit with their balanced attack, I think it'll come down to Detroit and Philly. And, man, it could be a toss-up, man. It could be Detroit.
I got the Lions beating. I got the Lions taking the NFC.
Okay.
What about are you going with chalk? AFC, you going with
man? No, man. AFC, man, I'm a Lamar Jackson fan, man, because he went to Louisville. He's one of the most dynamic players that we've seen in the last 25 years. But Pittsburgh is scary to me, man.
See, I was just saying the same thing, man. I'm saying that Pittsburgh has been on a big losing streak, man. I tell you what, man, the Baltimore better come with their triple-A game because Pittsburgh has lost 4 games at the end of the season. And they've lost 5 straight playoff games in the first round, I believe, 4 straight. So they're going to be playing their hearts out. So Lamar can't have one of those kind of games where he gets frustrated over a bad play here and there. He's going to have to play well the whole game.
Correct. He can't.
Yeah.
I saw something where he said he's been a little antsy the last several years, but he can't afford to do that. And also, Baltimore has to run Derrick Henry. I don't care if he gains 42 yards the whole game. You have to give him the ball to draw that defense up. Then you can get that play action together and get that.
Go ahead, keep going. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying, man, if they just come out passing, Pittsburgh will probably run up the score on them. But Baltimore has to run the ball. You have to run it. Because the weather is going to be cold. It's going to be bad.
This is what your girl's saying. This is your girl saying Pittsburgh go win the game.
Yeah, I can understand that. It can right now it's a toss-up. I would say they would give Baltimore the edge by maybe 3. But no more than that by the time. So
yeah, when you say, it's really a toss-up because a lot of people see Lamar Jackson as getting ants in his pants in the playoffs. He's a great regular season player, but he still has yet to prove that when the money's on the line.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, because he might win a third. We're gonna come back to that MVP.
Yeah, he could be. I think Josh Allen will get it just because, and I just look at things crazy sometimes because he's gotten engaged this year. So,
but if he got it, he would deserve it, man. His numbers are up there. It's 3 guys, right? Him, Josh, Lamar, and actually, what's the guy from Cincinnati?
Burrow.
Yeah, Burrow. If Burrow would have made the playoffs and that comeback, because he has more yards and touchdowns than anybody this year.
Yeah, he's balling, man. He's balling.
On a losing team. That's the only thing that's going to keep him down. He has a losing team.
Anyway, if they made the playoffs, he'd have won.
If they would have made the playoffs, I think he would have won. Anyway, listen, college football, man. All right, so here's where we are. We're down to the Final 4, right? The semifinals: Ohio State, Texas, Notre Dame, and Penn. Let me ask you now: Notre Dame has a black coach, right? Which, Is there other? What about? Is he the only black coach left? Or
Yeah,
is
he's
there
the only one left. He's the only one left. Actually, he was the only one in it.
No, there was another guy, I believe. But anyway, I'm only bringing that up because some sports announcer made it a big deal, and he was uncomfortable with that I'm the first black dude, this, that, and the other thing. But anyhow, man, Notre Dame playing pretty good football. But I think Ohio State's probably going to take the whole thing.
You think Ohio State?
Who you got?
I'm pulling for Notre Dame.
Okay.
I think it'll be Ohio State and Notre Dame in the final. Again, man, whoever has the best running game that day will pull it out. Yeah, Ohio State has more to play for than Notre Dame.
Okay.
Because their coaches, he lost to Michigan, so if he loses this, he could be out. So I think it's a little more at stake than Notre Dame. If Notre Dame makes it to the championship, I think that's just going to solidify Freeman's legacy in Notre Dame for the next 5 to 10 years.
So you think they would fire him because getting to the championship game, that's not going to secure your another year?
Hey, man, the way they were speaking early when he lost to Michigan, they was like, man, he has to win it all to keep his job. Losing to Michigan, it's like
that's some hard shit, man. Get out of here.
That's what they were saying, man. So
no, I'm not saying you're wrong. You might be right. I mean, it's a cutthroat thing, They did that to Tony Dungy. You can get us to the playoffs, but let's get you out of there. And then Gruden won a championship with his team the next year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it happens. Okay, so here's the semifinals, January 9th and 10th. I'm going to try to make sure I catch those games, man. I got.
Man, I catch them all, man. I catch them all out there, man. I'm trying to see every football, NFL, college game I can see, man. I'm catching them all.
This weekend they say this weekend is the best weekend in well, is it this week or the next weekend? One of the best weekends in pro football. I think it's next weekend.
Well, it's this weekend.
It's both weekends, really.
Yeah, because this weekend you have, all but 2 teams playing. So everybody's playing. So you're going to get a full slate. Was it 2 games on Saturday and 3 games on Sunday and then a Monday night? So
Exactly. So it's going to all be sweet, man. So yeah, we got a lot of good football coming up, college and pros. So that's something to look forward to. It's cold as hell out here in New Jersey, so I'm not going out. So let me see what's next. I'm gonna play the top 10 plays in NBA. We got to get the NBA some love, man. This is as of January 6th. We got to get the NBA a little bit of love, because these guys are hurting bad. Nobody wants to watch the NBA right now. So at least I could do for them is play a few highlights. How about that?
Oops on a Tuesday. We got top 10 right here on NBA.com. At number 10, Slow Mo Says No. Kyle Anderson tracking back and smacking that shot, and a little defense gets in at number 10. Moving along to number 9, and after the dime, Trace Jackson Davis goes flying. Look at the big man with the southpaw spike in flight. He gets in for the Warriors at number 9. We're up to number 8, and DeAndre up so high, but you got to climb a bigger tree when you're going over 7'3". Kristaps Porzingis gets the stop at number 8. Up to number 7, and climbing the ladder, it's Amin Thompson dropping in with the power punch for the Rockets at number 7. At number 6, with more shake than a rattlesnake in an earthquake, it's Steph Curry on the take. Back and forth, and then he's gone to the hoop to lay that one in gently at number 6. Up to number 5, Nick Smith styles a pass up to Miles, who throws that one home at the throne to get in at number 5 for the Charlotte Hornets. On to number 4, where we always get up off the floor. Michael Porter Jr. with a senior jam, going up and making the tough stuff. He's at number 4. At number 3, he's back. Zion Williamson taking the pill and doing a windmill. The nifty 360 from Zion Williamson. Somehow that is number 3, so you know it's a good night. This was number 1 all night long. It's the King going strong. Lively by name, lively by game, but he better learn the King's name because LeBron gets a royal flush in at number 2, but at number 1, game tied. Trey lets it fly and calls good night in Utah. Trey Young from way outside letting it fly, and the Atlanta Hawks chalk up a victory in Salt Lake. Trey waves good night. Landon at number 1 on the NBA.com. Cut it.
Yeah, cut it. All right. So that was cool. Got to look at a little bit of highlights. So we get a little NBA some love, man, because they're hurting bad. So that's my little public service to the NBA. You know, so what's next? Let me go to. All right. Jimmy Butler, man. You ever heard? He gets suspended for 7 games. 7 games for actually just saying he wants to be traded.
No, he got suspended because he said he didn't have his joy. He said he wants to
but he said, you know, I don't know where I fit. I know about the joy part, but this 7 games?
Yeah, man. Over $2 million.
Yeah, man, get out of here. And he's not contesting that.
Well, the Players Association contested. You know, the players, you know, they contested all. He just don't have to do anything. Because if anything, he'll probably serve, you know, maybe 4 to 5.
But he's on suspension now, man. So I mean, every game is $300,000. That's a lot of money. Just even if he said that, I think that is excessive fine.
Yeah, it is. You know, but Jimmy Butler, he's done that every place he's gone. He's done it.
You know what? He is a diva, man. You know, a metrosexual diva, man. To tell you the truth, I mean, you could tell just by his behavior that, you know, in the locker room with other players. I mean, if he wasn't as good as he is, he would be intolerable. That's what I'm thinking. You know, so he's always smelling himself. That's for sure. So can't lie about that part.
That is for sure. He's always in his feelings about something.
Yeah, but that's a lot of games, man. All right, so here's the conference standings. I mean, you know, the Cavaliers and the Thunder, man, they're determined to be number 1 on both things. Now, I haven't watched any Thunder games all the way through.
The Cavaliers are playing the Thunder right now.
You know what? I didn't even know that. So what's the score, you know?
No, I ain't even checked it out yet. I just got out of the shower.
Just hold on. I can find out. I can find out real quick. All right, NBA games. Yeah, man. It's 16-14 Cavaliers. They're in Cleveland. That's maybe, you know, after this is over, maybe I'll go catch some of that, go downstairs and turn it on. I hope it's on regular TV. It might not even be showing the damn thing here, unless it's on TNT or something like that. This Wednesday,
no,
right?
ESPN.
Okay, so it's on ESPN. So I'm gonna have to go downstairs. You know, Cortelia's talking about Jimmy Butler suspended for 7 games for multiple instances of conduct unbecoming. Yeah. I just think that, of course, you know, Pat Riley doesn't play with anybody, so he doesn't let the players bully him at all. You know, he never was like that. But 7 games seems really, really excessive to me. I mean, they don't even suspend you that much for a fight. All right, the girls are off, except, what do you think about this unrivaled 3-on-3 women's basketball tip-off on the 17th? And they're going to play for 8 weeks. You know, 4 teams make the playoffs. And then they're gonna have like a one-on-one championship for 250 grand cash prize.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could play. It's just what's happening is, it's just a way to try to keep players from really going overseas after the Brittany Griner incident.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, that or tell them stop taking marijuana with you.
No, stop trying to bring it back. Hell, wait till you get home
Well,
and get your bag.
either way, don't be stupid. I can make it just say, just don't be stupid.
Right, don't be stupid. That makes sense.
Hey, I get a kick out of one of the teams called Rose. You know what roses mean to the women.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if they have a sponsorship or some shit like that for the Rose.
You never know.
You never know.
Somebody might have a little sponsorship. Your girl might get a sponsorship.
That's right.
She's I think. No, go ahead. I was going to say something. I think she's one of the owners of the little 3-on-3 teams. I think, yeah, she's part of the league.
Okay.
Yeah, she's part of it.
Well, I'm gonna come back to this too because there's a lot of celebrities and some people who've invested into the unrivaled league. I think it's a good idea, but it's women's basketball. I mean, we have some receipts on how well women's basketball does on a national scale. At least unless they're so. I'll come back to that. I'm gonna come back to that because I have some questions on that. So let's just scurry along. Baseball, I didn't add anything new in baseball this week. After Ricky Henderson hockey, I just have the standings. I swear. Do you watch hockey too, or at all?
Man, I might catch 5 minutes of it. You know what I'm saying? That's about it.
Yeah, I am. I used to be because I'm from New York City. I used to be a big Rangers fan, man, and watch them. But man, Big Three is off. I just keep the slides in there as placeholders. All right. So we're in this part of the show where we're into other banter. Okay, the sexual harassment lawsuit. There's no way I wasn't going to talk about this thing, right? So the plaintiff, of course, is the hairstylist, Norshin Faraji, right? Yeah, she's a cutie pie, And but Joy Taylor, man, the reason why they even mentioned her is because she allegedly added to the hostile work environment by telling her to suck it up. But this guy, Charlie Dixon, on the end, says Joy was having an affair with him, and he's a married man. And then the Skip Bayless was allegedly propositioning our girl Norshin, for some box. 1.5 million. It's just so hard to believe.
Yeah,
now it's hard to believe, but let me tell you, the plaintiff was suffering with ovarian cancer, allegedly, I heard. And of course, she's a single mom. I can't stand. I think you know what? I want to make a distinction, okay? And just correct me if I'm wrong, okay? I think there's a difference between a single mother and a woman who has custody of a kid, but the father's involved. If the father's fully involved, not just by paying money, but he's involved, you ain't no damn single mom. You know what I'm saying? If you're sharing custody and the kid's over there, even if it's like, every week, and he's involved, he's doing that, you ain't no single mom. You're a divorced mother, you're a separated mom, but you're not a single mom, because I think it gets convoluted. A real single mom has no man at all in their life, and they're just putting all kinds of pressure on their parents and their grandparents and stuff like that. And I think the mindset is completely different. I think now, let me just say this, I'll let you go. I think women are not using single mom as a flex, especially the ones who are successful. They completely discount what the father is doing to take some of the pressure off. And so when they get successful, oh, look what I did. And I was a single mom even Serena one time called herself a single mom. What the fuck are you talking about? You're all married. You know, so
bro,
yeah.
it plays into the whole narrative that's been going on.
Yeah,
It plays right into it. You know what I'm saying? Who always looks for sympathy to the world? Who shouts out to the world, poor me, pity me? Even though listen, and they'll lie and cry at the same time. But who does that? Women do that looking for the empathy of other women. Other women, man, they feed off of that. They can't get away. Because like you said, how you a single mama and the daddy just picked the kids up for a whole week and he's coming to pick them up every week and y'all by default. And see, that's the law. By default, they give the baby to the mama regardless, right? Even if she's a bad mama, they're gonna give her to the mama, and they'll like say, I'm just going to some extreme, but let's just say she's doing drugs or whatever. They're gonna give her opportunity to get classes and do everything. Before they give the father the first default. Was it first right of refusal?
Right.
And that's where the problem comes in at, because by default it should automatically be joint custody. You know what I'm saying? If you move out of state, then that's different. But if you 2 blocks away, hell, I can take the babies to school. She can, you know what I'm saying? But
there's a lot of guys who do that too. You know, my problem is, you know, we already hit it. I just think that there's a distinction that has to be made. We got to separate the wheat from the chaff. And if you're a woman, you got the kids more custody. But if you got a guy fully involved, you ain't no damn single mother. You know, that's how I look at it. Anyway, so that's a story for another day. But back to this lawsuit. The lady says she has receipts, okay? And even though I'm one of those kind of guys, I can't stand to crucify a man before he gets his day in court. Now, the one thing that I say is in this lady's favor is she's not asking people to hide her name. Like they'll have a whole full lawsuit, but we won't know her name. But the guy she's accusing, he's all over the goddamn internet. And I think that's patently unfair. Either both names need to be shielded or none of them. That's what I see. That's what I think. You can't just accuse somebody with no day in court, because now with social media, you cannot ignore the impact of being guilty by public opinion. There's an impact there. It's not like it's a real big impact.
Well, I think they got to get all these lawsuits in, man, before a boy get in office, man. It's gonna happen. Just part of the narrative. What I'm saying is part of the it's just part of the narrative, man. That's all it is.
I agree with that part.
People know exactly what they doing, man. There ain't nobody, you know, man. People know exactly what they doing, and
I hear it. But let me tell you the most salacious part of this thing, right? It's not her being, because she never really had to ever give up the box. So her complaint is about a hostile work environment, which is bad enough. But Joy Taylor, she said Joy Taylor told her that when this guy Dixon is no longer useful to her, she's going to say he coerced her into having sex.
Yeah,
that's in a. Can you imagine how damaging that would be if she actually said that to real women who have real claims? Because as far as men, go ahead.
Brother, it's not new. This is what some women do. They know how to go out. They understand that it's a slow process. A lot of them understand this. They don't just all of a sudden, oh, he did this.
No, I agree with you, but that's not my point, right? Listen, we know that a lot of women with these lawsuits are actually doing what she said, but she actually said it out loud to another person. That's what's alleged.
Yeah. She said it out loud. A lot of them don't think past that particular moment. A lot of them get caught up in it, and they don't think like, oh, long-term effects that it could have. Like, oh, this could come back to haunt me.
Absolutely.
Man, That money drives that gas. That money and that fame that they could get out of it, and if they can get money and fame at the same time, F them kids, F my grandparents, F everybody. I'm going for the money and the fame. Simply what it is.
The only other guy I don't have up there is that guy Emmanuel Acho. Joy was supposed to have stroked him to get on the show. I don't listen. As far as that's concerned, to me, that's just two people banging each other. I don't have no issue with that. And from the standpoint that, women have always been using what they got to get what they want. The only thing that's different is that there's levels to that, right? It's always levels to it.
Right.
So, I don't know if Acho is married. He may not be. I didn't check. I should have. But if he's not married and he was standing in her way of getting that front desk, and all she had to do was give a guy who could sing and dance and all the shit that he could do and have money some box, that's an easy calculation for women giving the box away for chicken dinners and shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, why not? You ain't a bad looking guy. I'll give you some, I think that's where her calculation was. You can get me on that front desk and I got to sleep with you for that? I don't think she had a problem with that. This Dixon dude is different, I believe. It's more insidious, but but it's still salacious. And the reason why she's in this lawsuit is because she gave this other lady just suck up and she told her a couple of times, man, just shut up and just get over it. So that's crazy. Anyway. What's next? What do we have next, man? So that's enough with the salacious material.
Ain't that guy Acho? Ain't he just a TV host? Like he just hosts the show?
He hosts the show called The Speak, and she's on that show now. But he has something to do with putting her on the show. So she had to bang him out to get on the show as the woman. You know what I'm saying? So, and, it's all alleged, but, he's not coming out and saying anything, but I think it's really true because in the lawsuit, the lady and Joy, they were close. They shared a lot of information. And the only reason it became estranged was after Joy wouldn't get the hounds off of her back, and told her, hey, don't worry about it. Just get over it. Just, they're paying you a lot of money. You need the money. Just grin and bear it, baby. Just so what? One of these assholes slap you on the ass once in a while. So what? That kind of shit. Well, so, and then she got fired. So once you get fired, she had no choice but to, come back and just do her thing. So we'll see how that plays out. We'll see how that plays out. So Crawford and Canelo, I think we talked about this before. I think this fight is in serious talks. They're going to make this one happen sometime in 25. It may be Cinco de Mayo because that's Canelo's day. So I just can't see my man going up to 168 without a whole lot of tune-ups to beat Canelo at 168, even though a lot of black boxers have Spanish fighters number. But I don't know. I just think the weight difference is just going to be too big. Canelo's been fighting at 168 for at least 5 or 6 years. So what do you think?
It just depends on how he how many weight classes is he going up?
From 147 to 168. He had one fight at 150. Crawford had one fight at 154, and he didn't even look that good. So he was a bona fide welterweight. I think he might have been a light welterweight when he first started. So that's from 140. So we're talking about, that 28 pounds significant. In boxing, it's really significant. So you got to bring your power, you got to bring your speed, you got to bring all of that stuff with you. And Canelo was a 147 pounder, right? That's what he lost to Mayweather. But he moved up years and years ago, to 168. He fought at middleweight, then 168, and he's been there for at least 5 years. you know. So his power and everything, his skill set is more acclimated. So I mean, Crawford wants the big payday because he's been getting $1 million fights, but he wants this is a this will probably be worth like 40 to 50 million for him. And the Sheik is behind it. He got one of them Arab dudes, man. So they'll throw money at this. So that's that. You still there? I didn't hear you. Anyway, if you are, you might be. Okay.
Sure. It's my dog barking.
Oh, okay. What you saying, Canelo? I said, well, Oscar De La Hoya has always claimed that Canelo does not box. It's true. He's a puncher, you know, and that's why when Mayweather gave him a boxing lesson, but that was ages ago. He actually wants Mayweather to give him a rematch, but Mayweather is not getting back in the ring. Hell no, he is not getting back in the ring as long as he doesn't blow his money. So, what's next? All right, my girl Coco Gauff. You know this lady here, Iga Swiatek, they're going to be battling for the rest of their careers. She's got a real nemesis. This girl is her nemesis. You know, that's the one thing that comes up with in some sports. Sometimes you never get a real nemesis. She's beat this girl twice so far in some major tournaments, but this girl can beat her on a bet on any given tennis match. So I think this is a rivalry brewing between these two women. You know, so I look forward to that. So Coco and Coco is getting good. She fired a trainer, and ever since she fired that guy, she's been playing much better. You know. So that's good. What you got? Yeah,
I think it's good.
Yeah, it's good for so you agree, Catellia, that this is going to be a great rivalry going forward. I think we're going to see these two ladies fighting out in every major Grand Slam. They're going to be fighting out, and the only thing that they can do for the fans is make sure they're not on the same side of the ledger. Just make sure they're not on the same side of the ledger. So they meet, semifinals or finals all the time. That's what they got to do, because I think that's a good thing. I think in what's my girl's name? Osaka's back. I'm still disappointed in what she did, but she's back, so she's gonna have to get her game back. So then we can add her to the mix if she gets back to form, because she's still very, very young. You know, so I like female tennis. I watch the guys once in a while, but I can only stand to see men grunt. But the only grunt I see from a man is me. Me doing it. I want to see, but their matches are too long. You know, they'll play. If they play a 5-setter, you're there in front of the TV for at least 5 hours. All right, what's next? So you watch tennis too, right? No?
Yeah, I watch tennis. You know, I like a good tennis match, man. You know, when the stars are coming out to play.
So what about men? Do you watch men's or do you watch the female more than men? Which one you watch the most?
I used to watch men all the time when what is that? What is that? Agassi and
that's a while ago, man. Shit, you talking about your age
and all them, but I haven't. I've been more tuned to the ladies, the last 5 or 6 years so much.
Yeah, I think there's the aesthetics of the game to me is a lot better when you see they'll have more volleys, and stuff like that. I just like the girls then, not to mention that, some of them are honeys, but really I like this style of play better. Okay, so does Lamar Jackson win his 3rd MVP?
Does he win?
Yeah, or do you think it's going to go to Allen?
Oh man, I would hope he did, but right now I'm saying, man, there's just 3 or 4 people that could possibly win it this year. So Yeah,
All right.
I don't know, man. It's hard,
Okay,
man.
so let me ask you this: is it Saquon Barkley going to win?
No, they just need to make it a quarterback award. This the most
Okay,
value. They need
so
to
let
just
me
make it the most valuable quarterback in the MVP award. That's all it is.
so let me add this to it. If he would have, they would have let him play, and he would have broke the record.
Oh yeah, he probably would have got it then.
Yeah. You see, now
But
that
he
would have
didn't
made.
want to play though. He didn't want to play. He was like, I'll sit out.
Well, wait a minute. He didn't want to play. He said he understood why he wasn't playing, but I think if you tell a running back to play, he would have played.
Oh yeah,
He
he
didn't
probably
go.
would have played.
That's 101 yards. He could have got that in the first quarter.
Yeah,
But anyway, he could have got hurt in the first quarter. First play, he could have got hurt too. So
there you go.
yeah, man, I still would have played. Anyway, Coco Golf invests millions into the women's unrivaled league. They got $35 million. She didn't put the whole $35 million up though, but she added to it. Do you think it's a good investment in light of the WNBA losing money every year?
It's, I don't know. I wouldn't have put that much up, but I'd have put a couple million up.
That's
I
what
would did.
she didn't put the 35 up. She added a few million. It was 28. The stack was 28 million with some other people. Now she got involved. I don't think she put up the 7 million, but she put up millions. Let's just say she put up 2 to 3 million.
Yeah, I would have did that. The WNBA is going to be around foreseeably for the next 10 to 15 years anyway.
Yeah, but they ain't making no money. Yeah, if you're listen, okay, so you think the big three, the WNBA's big three, is going to actually be profitable?
No, it ain't going to be profitable. It's just going to be something to do for the summer.
But if it's not profitable, then your investment ain't making you no money.
I understand that, Arthur. However, the NBA is going to continue to fund it. They don't care. They got enough money. Anything they can do to.
I hear you. So at very least, maybe some of your expenses are a write-off, maybe. But she's got a lot of actually, man. She's made a lot of money this year. She's made over $30-something million this year.
Yeah, she's hey man, I'm just glad that she's bought.
Yeah, so am I. It's good to see another, young player. It was making the fact that she's a sister helps, but just to see the young players a handover because I was a big Osaka fan. And besides just color, I like some of the American women and men coming in the game. I just think that kind of lightens it up because when you see the U.S. Open, you see a whole lot more American players. And some of them getting deeper into the tournament, but so Coco has her parents are both involved. Yeah, and the only thing I hope, man, they just don't let no stinking ass rapper stink as Johnson in you and get you pregnant. That's all I care about, man. Just keep playing, because all the rest of the women dropping the bag over these stupid rappers, man. Osaka, the chick who was the Little Mermaid, she was getting ready to be a movie star, and then she let some asshole knock her up, and it didn't. The relationship didn't even last past the pregnancy. So the money doesn't make anybody any smarter. They're just as much idiots as they were if they were a ghetto girl in a corner. So I'm really, really disappointed in those women, man. So there's nothing you can do about that. And they're the worst kind of guys. Anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. The Lions and the Ravens, I have them in Super Bowl 59. My early prediction. Who's your matchup? If you had to make one. Go ahead, Coach. Who's your matchup, man? Oh, he's going, man. He fell out. Yeah, he fell out. Anyway, so listen. Hey, Coach, man, where you at? You still there?
Yeah, I'm here, man. I don't know what I did. I I was talking and hit something.
All right,
Yeah.
so listen, who's your matchup, man? This is the last question for the day. Who's your matchup in Super Bowl? Your early, you could change the prediction, early prediction. Who
Super
do you think?
Bowl, early Super Bowl, man. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna be a Lamar fan, and I'm gonna be a Barkley fan with Jalen Hurts, man. I want to see the two brothers get in there, man. So Philadelphia and Baltimore, man.
Oh, okay. All right. I wouldn't mind the Eagles getting there too. I mean, that would be something if it was just those two guys. But I just don't think anybody's beating the Lions, man, coming out of the NFC. They can beat them, that's for sure, but I just don't see it happen. Yeah. Anyway, so anyway, I think that's where I got one more slide, and that's really the boxing slide. And I believe that'll put us over the top. You'll have a sports thing tonight or what?
Yeah, it's tonight. I'm just got the little link a few minutes ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here's my little lineup of boxing schedule, man. And it's all in the new year. It's the 24th. This guy anyway is gonna fight, man. I gotta make sure I watch that. Hopefully that's on ESPN. Benavidez is gonna be pay-per-view, I'm sure of it. I don't know if I'm gonna pay the money because right after the fight's over, man, you can find a damn fight right on YouTube somewhere. And Benavidez and Bivol. These are some good fights coming up, by the way. And then Davis and Roach. And Davis' life is still all messed up. He's got some, he got a baby mamaism kind of thing going on. A lady called a cop on him every other week, so and he's still with her. So he's, I don't know, man. I think he's going to be like a fool in his money. Hopefully, he said he might retire after this fight. What the hell does that mean? You just at the tippy top of your prime. You're talking about retiring to do what? To do what? So anyway, anyhow, man. So that's really it. Any parting thoughts, man, on what's going on?
Man. Hey man, great show, man. Football winding down. You're gonna have to find something to do for a couple of months, man. Take advantage of time, man. Let's start some training regiments ourselves, man. Our pay, man.
So, yeah, it's me and the wife, man. We're hitting the gym. We got the gym here, so we're trying. Right now, we're doing every other day. Trying to build up some stamina, not overdoing it. So we, make excuses of being too hurt to go back in there.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So we're doing that.
Yeah, your body will be in shock for about 10 days. Just work through it. Understand that flexibility is more important, man. Make sure you work on stretching. Don't bounce when you stretch. Just do a count stretch.
Right.
And make sure you develop a good breathing strategy. Like what I used to teach people is that each time the right foot hit the ground, breathe in. Each time your left foot, breathe out. Sort of get to that, so you can always keep your breath, and at some point take a deep breath, but try to keep a rhythm so you won't feel fatigued. But make sure you stretch, man. People forget people take stretching lightly, but stretching will prevent injury and help your muscles recuperate a lot faster. So
I'll take your advice. I know that, man. So I got to do more of that, but. So we're working at it because, like I said, when my daughter moved out, we converted her whole room into a gym. So I got more equipment in there than it's kind of crowded. So I got to move stuff around. But me being, I don't know, you like you're saying, you retired from your job or retired from mine. And one of the things I just started not just thinking about, but you gotta fill the time with something. I mean, that's one of the reasons why I'm on YouTube, and I'm not as concerned about, making money. Maybe this year I'll try to do the right things to get monetized. But the point really is something that fills the gap in my time, right? I invest a lot. I manage a few portfolios and stuff. I like to write, and I like the YouTube stuff. So if I didn't do this, this is why people I think pass away when they retire, and because they don't have anything else to do. And I used to tell, and the hours, the minutes go into hours, the hours go into days go into weeks and months, and they don't have anything fulfill the time. So before I retired, I used to tell people, in my age group, when we talk about retirement, they said, well, the only reason why I don't want to retire is because I don't have anything to do. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I'm not working. I said, well, until you figure it out, don't retire. Because you need to have something in your mind that's gonna, fill those gaps. Because when that 50 or 60 hours comes back at you, and you don't have that regimen that used to make you do shit, you will veg out. You will veg, So I tell people, listen, you got to have a skill. As soon as I retired, I built my family tree. And it made me talk to all my family members. It's just on my father's side. My grandmother and grandfather got together in early 1900s.
Right.
And now we're at 2024. We're 7 generations deep with almost like 250 people in there.
Right.
Just for them two. You know what I'm saying? And so it kept me busy to put all that together and call people and get all the right information. And it's funny, when I put the tree together, all the family secrets started to come out. Yeah, this is this person's real father. This is person, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, but anyhow, man, that's neither here nor there. But like I said, people who retire like you stay busy.
Yeah, man. I actually had an interview for coaching today too, man.
There you go. I don't see, but my only thing is, here's my problem, and I know this is not sports related. I don't want anybody to have any dibs on my time.
I got you.
I want to be the complete master of my time. I want to go where I want to go. Like when I have doctor's appointments and shit like that, I dread it because I have to fulfill somebody else's appointment. It's weird. So I do things because I want to do them when I want to do them, as opposed to somebody mandating. Like I had a guy come yesterday, to do the inspection on my chimney, because I had to hold the chimney and the heating system had to be redone. And, the city wanted to inspect to see if the job was done. But I had to set the appointment, and they don't give you a specific time. He said, anywhere between 7 and 9 o'clock, right? I'm pissed. I said, because I'm on this guy's dime for 2 hours. I don't know if he's coming at 7 or I don't know if he's coming at 9. I can't stand that shit. I really can't. I just like to have my own time to do what I want. And so I said, maybe it's a phobia. But anyhow, man, thanks for stopping by. I could tell you, Lady Novoa was in the building for a second. And I might pop in on other show. I don't know if Precious is going to have a show tonight. I didn't see anything from her. Did you?
No, I didn't see anything, but I didn't even check my TikTok. I'll check it as soon as I get off of here and see what's going on.
Yeah. So, all right, bro. Yeah, we'll catch up, man. Let me go ahead and get out of here. Stop the live. Get my outro going. And hey, listen, I'll see you later on tonight if she has a show.
All right. I'll finish.
Later.
Grab your friends, it's time to play. Join the fun, we're here all day. Watch the game with drinks in hand. On the swivel, let's take a stand. On the edge of our seats, we live for the thrill. In this moment together, we're feeling the chill. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits ignite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. Tasty bites and and big screen thrills. Every moment gives you chills. High fives and cheers, it's quite a sight. Join the crowd, it feels so right. As the game goes on, our hearts beat as one. Memories in the making, oh, this night's just begun. So here's to the laughter as we gaze at the stars. We say goodnight from the swivel at the sports bar. In the flicker of the screens where our spirits unite, let's cherish this time as we fade into light. So good night, my friends, till we meet again in this world of the game, through thick and through thin.